Oh, right. You wouldn't know this, but before I get on with the review, I am going on like 1.5 hours sleep. I went out in the early wee hours of the morning with a couple of friends. I've had God knows how much to drink, and yeah, so let's see how fun this will be with a bad hangover. This is why I'm drinking so much of this green tea stuff. Anyways, UFC 118 was this morning, and I was fortunate enough to get in to see some of it. So I'll just talk about the main card and the things that I saw there. Um, Really, I wasn't too surprised about Nate Diaz beating Marcus Davis at all. I kind of had the feeling that he would beat him. He's got more tools. It was like two boxers, but when it came down to it, if it goes to the ground, they knew that Nate would beat him. Nate's got very good jiu-jitsu, and he knows how to use it and apply it to MMA. And I felt that if it goes to the ground, then I think Nate has the advantage and has that tool over Marcus Davis to win the fight. It was a good fight though. I like both fighters, and a lot of people predicted it to be fight of the night. I enjoyed it. Then again, I must say I was very very drunk, so I enjoyed probably anything at that time. The Gray Maynard Kenny Florian fight. I was kind of surprised by it because I, for some reason, had the belief that Florian would win, and instead that didn't happen. Maynard beat him by decision, which I wasn't. Okay, repeat. Maynard winning by decision didn't surprise me, but I was surprised that he beat Kenny Florian, if that makes any sense. I can't really remember too much about this fight because I was probably still singing "We're gonna party hard." So, like, I was fucking wasted. I didn't watch the Damian Maya fight because I think I had been passed out at that time. This is so embarrassing. Yeah, I didn't see the Damian Maya fight, but I heard that Maya won. The person with me was like, Maya won, Maya won. Luckily, I was wide awake again when the two main fights happened. Couture fighting James Toney. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I actually was a bit nervous for Couture because Couture has been knocked out and he's fighting a world class boxer. And I had this horrible fear that he could get him in the clinch, but Tony might be able to hit him in the clinch and might connect. And I was just thinking to myself, God, I hope Randy just takes him down right away and just finishes it right there. Because if Tony won, then oh my goodness, we would not have had the end of it. Um, well, the fight happened. The MMA versus boxing fight happened. Couture just took him right down. He was kind of doing some jabs, if I can remember rightly, or maybe my alcoholic induced state is making me believe that. I saw him doing some jabs on the ground, and then he went for an arm triangle, if I'm correct, and he beat James Toney. Um, I'm sure Dana White was very happy with the result. Uh, Stick it to boxing, even though he's a big fan of boxing. But I guess he was happy with it, considering, a lot of boxing people have talked about MMA, and in a way, they've kind of acted as if they're threatened by it and its success over the last 5 to 6 years. And I guess for Dana, it was like a feather in the cap to have one of his guys go out and beat one of their guys, which was nice. Um, I don't know where this leaves James Toney. I think Toney did his role effectively. I mean, in the promoting aspect, he talked enough about the fight to where you wanted to see him fight, where you either paid your money to see him get beaten or paid your money to see what if he would back up what he was saying. So I think he probably will stick around for another fight. I know he's fighting David Hayes in a month or 2 months. I can't remember. So who knows? He probably will have another fight if he's fighting at heavyweight. I don't know who will fight though. Uh, I don't know who he'd fight actually at heavyweight next. Who knows? Um, then the main event. This main event was well, it was overshadowed by the Couture and Tony fight really, and this was the big rematch between Edgar and BJ Penn. And there was a lot of talk from a lot of people about who they believed really won that fight. And I know a lot of people said that BJ won that fight, or they felt BJ won the fight. And then the other argument was, well, Frankie won, but BJ wasn't himself that day. And my thoughts were there will probably be no excuses this time. Both are going to come as close to 100% as they can be. And Watching the fight, well, prior to the fight, I thought maybe BJ might be able to finish him, maybe, but Edgar's very quick, and what he kind of tends to do is move in and out when BJ's about to land combinations, move in and out, hit him very quickly, or go for a takedown, do something, and then move out before BJ was going to do something. That was kind of how the last fight was to me, and it's kind of how this fight was to me, yet it was just a lot more decisive when Edgar was doing what he was doing. And I will actually say that he showed kind of great patience and maturity, because I do remember if it was the fourth round or the fifth round, Penn took him down and was on top of him. And when you're on the ground, everyone knows what BJ Penn can do to you when you're on the ground. We've seen him, we've seen what he's done to some great guys, great MMA fighters on the ground. And Edgar didn't panic, and he didn't blow his stack and go, "Oh shit, I'm on the ground. BJ Penn's going to get me." He showed great patience, and he worked himself right back up, and then swayed the fight back to, put the fight back to where he wanted it to be. And in the end, it was Frankie Edgar who won. So I guess, I don't know. It almost reminds me of the Mike Brown and Uriah Faber fights, when everyone was like, "Oh, Faber won. No, Faber lost by fluke," and then Brown beat him again decisively. Um, be interesting to see where this leaves BJ Penn. Who will Penn fight next? It clearly looks like to me he won't be going up to 170 anytime soon. Right now, he's, you could argue now he's got unfinished business at 155. Um, Possibly fight Kenny Florian maybe in a rematch. I'm not sure. Maybe that's who he'll probably fight. Uh, for Frankie Edgar, it must have felt really good to get that second win over BJ Penn, to prove that what he has done is no fluke, and that he really can beat him and knows how to beat him. And, he stuck to his game plan. He didn't, take those ridiculous risks and then end up losing. He did what he had to do and executed it perfectly to a T. It will be interesting to hear if BJ is going to moan about this now and say something else. I don't think he will, actually. Um, who knows? Who knows? It looks like, anyway, we're going to get Frankie Edgar and Gray Maynard. That will be an interesting fight to watch. Everyone knows that Gray beat Frankie the last time they fought. Can Frankie now beat Gray in the rematch? I think this is a very interesting fight myself. Um, and that was it, really. Again, I apologize. I'm really, really, really hungover. That's what happens when you try to impress a woman that is way out of your league. Uh, but who knows? There may be hope. Listen, if Couture can knock out Tim Sylvia, I could maybe get a date with this girl. But okay, that's a different story. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think, and I will probably get back to you lot very soon. Take care.